One of the distinctive features of the Lenten season is that it reminds us acutely, week after week, of the primacy of the crucified Christ, which is obviously a really important point when it comes to the Christian life. To remember that we follow a Lord who is ultimately a Savior by way of suffering. But it's funny how often we still forget this essential but obviously really important point in the spiritual life. And in a certain sense, this particular issue is revisited in a very striking sort of way in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 20, where the mother of the sons of Zebedee asks the Lord our God for a very particular request, to allow her two sons to sit at the Lord's right hand and left when the kingdom of heaven basically comes to fruition. But you remember how the Lord responds. He basically poses the same question to both the sons of Zebedee. Are you willing and able to drink the chalice that I am about to drink? Obviously alluding to the great suffering he will have to endure to bring about the salvation of the world. They say yes because it seems to be the right answer, but obviously they don't quite understand exactly what the Lord is asking of them. All they're thinking about is glory in the worldly sense. But obviously the whole point of the gospel in a certain sense is to challenge us to never forget this essential point. Yes, the Lord calls us to greatness. Yes, the Lord calls us to salvation. But how does the suffering Messiah from the prophet Isaiah bring about that salvation? How does he bring about the redemption of the world? Precisely through the narrow path of suffering love. Never forget that. Never be scandalized by your suffering. Never be scandalized or surprised that life is difficult. It's a very important point for you to remember, not just for your salvation, but for the salvation of the world.